All right, I did it again. I don't know. Some people say hold it sideways. Some people say, anyway, what's good, y'all? It is your girl, Takiyah Diamond, and I am so excited to be here with you this morning. We are going to be talking about conquering self-sabotage. Yes, that dream killer, that stiller, that thief, that thing that comes in the night and just robs you of your morning. That is what we are going to talk about this morning. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Transformation Tag Team. This is the way that it's going to be going down each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. I'm going to say to 11 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Because we have several different speakers who are on the line where we all come on and give you guys 10 to 15 minutes of that daily wisdom, that motivation, that inspiration, that everything that you need to help you keep your day going and moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, and what's even better is that we are about to break down some barriers, y'all, okay? We are about to help you truly overcome, you know, some of the challenges, some of the obstacles that have been in your way that's been robbing you blind, okay? So today, Takiyah Diamond is going to give you back your glasses, okay? All right. So we have, today I'm going to share with you guys five sure ways. I just want to turn this down. I want to make sure that the music is not too loud. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys, you know, 5 short ways that'll really help you overcome this dream killer who's been robbing you blind of your success, all right? So let's hop right into it. Hey, cousin. Hey, Margie. Hey, Tanisha. I'm going to ask that each and every one of you share this live right now. Share it with the world. Let everybody know that Takiyah Diamond is on right now with the Transformation Tag Team. And I am teaching everyone who tunes in right now how to overcome, how to conquer that little devil, self-sabotage. All right? So, as I stated before, guys, self-sabotage is what? It's a dream killer. It's a dream killer. It keeps you small, it keeps you safe, and most importantly, it keeps you broke. Okay? And I know you're tired of that, right? So let's talk about some things that can actually help you see the light to this, because it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the tunnel. It's just that, I'm sorry, guys. It's all good. It's not the end of the world or anything like that, and it's not the end of the tunnel. But, you know, if you knew what steps that you could take in order to actually, you know, change things a bit, would you do it? You know, would you take action? Would you do what it takes in order for you to actually be able to overcome these limiting, you know, things that have been rocking your world and robbing you blind? All right. So what I'm going to say, guys, is that self-sabotage, it's really an upper limit problem. Okay. I'm trying to figure this thing out, but it's all good. I'm just going to keep going. If y'all can see me, I hope you guys can see me. I'm trying to look at 2 screens and 2 lives. I don't know. But anyway, okay. So, let's hop into this. As I was saying, guys, it's an upper limit problem. Okay. Or it's actually a self-imposed glass ceiling that you impose on yourself. Okay? You impose this on yourself. And this ceiling is something that you are determining within you how happy you can be, how successful you allow yourself to be. Because at the end of the day, guys, don't get it twisted. It's all on you. Okay? It's all on you. It's nobody else to blame except yourself. Alright? So whenever we want to see something different, or whenever we want to do something different, it means that we got to take a different action, right? We got to step up into that person who we say that we want to become, and we need to become that. All right? And so I'm going to show you a few ways that you'll be able to do that. So my question to you is, right, what happens when you reach that ceiling? What happens when you bump up against an upper limit? I want you to ask yourself that. So put it in the chat. Let me see it in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Okay? So yeah, what happens when you reach that bump? All right? It's almost 100% assured that you run right into self-sabotaging yourself. And I'm going to tell you what you do. You end up procrastinating, right, on completing your big projects, your important projects that you need to get done, okay? I don't know. Sometimes if you feel like it's not going right in your own life, you start picking fights with your partner. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't get it twisted, okay? Yes. Instead of you celebrating your win, that you've actually gotten a lot further than where you were, you start doing things that keep you away from the win, which is all wrong, okay? So you want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do, you know what I mean? So I know that sounds familiar, but at the end of the day, guys, there's good news, and that good news is that you can overcome, you can conquer this destructive loop of self-sabotage, okay? And you can move way beyond your limits, way beyond those ceilings that are implemented, okay? But it's going to take some work on your side, okay? So, you can quickly, you can actually shift out of that complacency, okay, that competency, just being okay with the way that it is, or being comfortable with the fact that, oh, it's not working out, it never works out for me, blah, 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 blah. Can that? Because that's not even you. That is a voice in your head that is doing its job. It thinks that it's protecting you, and we're going to get into that as one of the things as we go along. And at the end of the day, you have to take responsible for your thoughts. You have to take responsible for your actions. You have to take the responsible for the end result that you are seeking, nobody else but you. Okay? So let's start with number one. So to break free from self-sabotage, and I'm giving you some tips that's gonna help you break free from self-sabotage for good. Now, if you continue to follow what it is that I'm sharing with you, you're gonna see that you're gonna be breaking up with a whole lot of things that have been keeping you hostage, okay? Because that's what I do. That's what I'm about. I'm about really helping you get to the core of the issue and like, okay, let's be done with that, and now let's move on to the next thing, right? So the first thing that you're gonna do to overcome this whole self-sabotage person, okay, is what you're going to do is you're going to pinpoint your patterns. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to pinpoint your patterns. As with any nasty habit or any sabotaging behavior, right? What follows after that is a predictive pattern. It's something that you know that is probably going to take place whenever you start exercising those nasty habits that you have, right? All right, so the main thing is, if you have awareness of how this habit shows up, right? Or how this pattern, this predictable pattern, let's keep it patterns. When you are more aware of this predictable pattern, when it shows up for you and you're recognizing it, when it shows up, this is when you have an opportunity to nip it in the bud. Okay, so I need you to start pinpointing the behaviors that you start to notice that take place whenever you are like sabotaging yourself. Okay, so one of the things you could do is I want you to think back to a time when you did kind of like sabotage yourself. I want you to think back to I don't know, it could have been in business, it could have been in a relationship, it could have been in whatever it was. Maybe you talked yourself out of love. Maybe you talked yourself out of a powerful opportunity, a job opportunity, or whatever it could be. Okay, so I want you to think back to that, right? And I want you to ask yourself, how do I self-sabotage? How do I self-sabotage? You want to question yourself. You know, what are the things that I do that I begin to sabotage myself, and I begin to ruin the direction that I say that I want to go, right? So what happens is, at one point or another, typically, you stop yourself from reaching that higher level of success, right? That next level of success. Right before you're about to get there, it's like, boom, pause, right? No, it doesn't have to be that way, right? But at one point or another, we all do it. I'm no different, okay? I had to check myself, which is why I'm able to share with you how to check yourself, all right? So whenever you're trying to reach like the next level of success or wealth or happiness or whatever it is, you need to start asking yourself, like, what are my triggers? What is it that triggers me? When I get close, do I start to fear that, oh my God, I'm going to be successful? Oh my God, people are not going to like me. Oh my God, this is going to bring me too much money that I know how to handle. You know what I'm saying? You got to start to figure out what your triggers are. But when you understand your triggers, then you know the steps that you need to take to overcome those triggers. But if you don't take the time out to identify what it is that's triggering your behind, it's just going to continue to trigger you, and you're going to continue to self-sabotage. All your goals, your dreams will continue to just be some picture in your mind that never comes to life. And if you're okay with mediocrity, then that's okay, if that's what you're choosing. But we're talking today, you're going to overcome that mediocrity, okay? You're going to overcome that self-sabotage because you have the power. Okay? I'm all about making you stand in your power so that you can understand that nothing has more power over you than the power that you have over yourself. Let's hop into number 2. So number 2 is I need you to get intimate with your fears. Get intimate with your fears. You know why? Because when you get intimate, let's say you're in a relationship, right? And you get intimate with your partner, your love. When you become intimate with your partner, you become intimate with your love. It's almost like that's a way of you getting to know them on a closer level. Right? It's like you getting to connect with them in a whole nother way. And truthfully, self-sabotage is really just misdirected self-love. It's misdirected self-love. That's all that self-sabotage is. Okay? So it's fear of the unknown. You don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how it's going to be. You don't know who's going to like it. You don't know if anybody's going to buy it. You don't know. All of that fear of the unknown. And as I was saying earlier, guys, your ego, it comes in and it's the one it pretends to be you. And then it's the one that's putting all those voices and beliefs and all this stuff in your head that's talking you out of it. But the thing about it is that the ego really thinks that it's protecting you. So you've been thinking that way for so long that it's now embedded into your brain. Okay? And so whenever something comes up where you're reaching a heightened level of success or you're trying to overcome this one little block or whatever the case may be, your brain, it remembers. These are the programs that are downloaded in your mind. So it's going to automatically play back to you what you told it to play. When it opens up that file in your mind, and when it opens up that file, it's going to bring you all the necessary components that's attached to that same thought, that same self-sabotage, including people distracting you and showing up and getting in your way in the midst of you even doing it. Your phone keeps ringing, your Facebook keeps beeping, all of this stuff starts to happen because it's like there's a part of you that really, really wants it, but there's a bigger part of you that it's almost like you don't believe you can have it. Okay? And so this is the part that we actually have to get past. Alright? So, again, like I said, the ego, it thinks that it's protecting you from danger, okay? But it's really in its own way, in its own mind, it believes that, it wants to keep you truly happy, but it's actually keeping you away from your happiness, all right? And fear, guys, basically is just an emotion, okay? And it's an emotion that most of us want to hide under the rug, right? And it does nothing to help you move past it. Fear does nothing to help you achieve your goals. Fear does nothing to help you evolve. So when fear does show up, you have to remember that fear is what? False evidence appearing real. Why? Because it only appears real to you in your mind. If you tell me your dream, I believe in your dream. I believe what you tell me. I believe that you want to succeed. I believe that. That's because that's what you told me. So I'm going to take your faith word that that's what you want to do, right? But let's just say, if we go past that and we ask yourself, you ask yourself, you got to dig deep and you got to start asking questions and write these things maybe in your journal or something like that, okay? So you want to ask yourself questions like, what am I afraid of? What are you afraid of? What is it that is really making you think that you can't accomplish this? What is it? Okay? And then when you answer the question as to what are you afraid of, Then you want to ask yourself, why is it scary for me? What is it about it that's making me be afraid? Okay? And so you want to keep asking these questions until you get to the root of what's holding you back. If you just ask it for a day or whatever, one time, you might get an answer. But guys, when it comes to revamping your mindset, and when it comes to you shifting, and it comes to transformation, repetition is the key. You're not going to get anywhere by answering a question or saying affirmations one day and then you just think, voila, here comes the magic. It don't work that way. And if you're not willing to put forth the effort that's going to help you evolve, then that's, again, it's going to be your own fault that you don't win. Because you were already born a winner, but it's up to you as to whether you put them pom-poms up and encourage yourself, okay? So, for instance, right, you want to ask yourself, like, okay, I know how I handle things sometimes is I ask, like, what's the worst case scenario? Okay, so if this doesn't work out, like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Because if you could ask yourself in advance, what is the worst thing that could happen? You can deal with the worst case scenario in your mind. And then once you deal with the worst case scenario in your mind, you actually, it doesn't even matter anymore because you already made a plan as to what it is that you're going to do, so to speak, if it doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, this is what you're going to do. So if you plan ahead or you just kind of like know, I'm telling you, you're going to see that you could fly so much faster because you already prepared that if the worst happens, you already know what you're going to do. Okay? So, but don't focus on the worst case scenario. What I'm saying is, deal with it. Ask yourself that, if that happened, could I handle it? Okay? And then you want to ask yourself, most importantly, does my fear outweigh my desire? Does my fear overpower my faith? Okay? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have faith or you don't have this knowing or you don't have certainty of what it is that you're saying that you want to be able to create in your life, then guess what? It cannot show up. The way that this works, guys, is that you got to believe in it. Right? You got to believe that you're enough. You got to believe that you are worthy. You got to believe that you can do all things because you can. It's that monkey brain, that mind that be running, that be telling you all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get past that. But one thing I want you to understand, guys, is like that fear that you have, like, about whatever that worst case scenario could be or whatever the case may be, it might not go away totally, but the thing is that when you realize that you have this fear, it no longer overpowers you the way that it did before. All right? So number 3 is you're going to recommit to your goals every day. Every day. Not once, not twice, stop. You got every day. Okay, you have to recommit to your goals. Alright? So my thing is, why not set some big, set an audacious goal. Set something big for yourself, okay? But you want to create like whatever this big goal is, right? That you want to accomplish throughout the year. But then what you're going to do is you're going to break them down. So you're going to have like your 90-day goals. You're going to have your 6-month goal. Then you're going to have your weekly goals. That's going to help you get to the other goals. You understand what I'm saying? And then you're going to, after that, what you're going to do is you're going to revisit your goals every day, okay? So what you're going to do is, whether you write it in your journal, whether you put sticky notes or whatever, around or whatever to remind you of your goals and what you set out to do, it's going to help you. I mean, the key here, guys, is to really just flood your consciousness with your goals, all right? Flood it. Flood it. Overpower it every day, because when you flood yourself with your goals, guys, it becomes a whole lot harder to self-sabotage yourself, because you're going to be very goal-driven. Once you become goal-driven, it's like the other stuff don't even really matter. It's like you hear the voice, but you pay the voice no mind, because now you've become an action taker. So now you're ready to just propel forward. So when it comes up, it doesn't really bother you as much. And then what ends up happening, guys, is that you actually recognize that not only what you desire is it possible, but it becomes probable. Okay, so we want to get past what's possible, and we want to shift the possible into the probable, so that we have like a bigger window for it to take place. But that has to take place in you first. Okay, that has to take place within you first, all right? So you got to understand, because if you have a bad day, so what? Let that go. I mean, that bad day was just a bad day. You could start over tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of that particular day. And you have an opportunity to do it again the next day. So what's the problem, right? So that's the key here, guys, is to, not allow these things to come in and take over you. Recognize them, notice them, and then move on past them. Okay, so number 4 is do less better, right? I'll tell you what I mean by that. What I mean by that is like, okay, so I have a coach, right, as well, right? And so one thing that my coach told me was that simplicity creates wealth. And she was absolutely right. You know why? Because the more simpler you keep it, or the more smaller tasks that you create on a daily basis in order for you to accomplish the bigger task, the easier it will be for you, and you will notice that you'll be more in a flow rather than creating resistance towards what it is that you say that you want. Okay? So the bottom line here, guys, is to stop spending hours on things that don't even matter. Okay, ditch the overwhelm, ditch all of these other things that you're trying to figure out, and focus on that task that you need to get through. Okay, so when you accomplish that one task, think about it. You're going to feel so good that you got closer to achieving your goal, rather than going through your Facebook messages or all this other stuff. If you're writing a book or whatever the case may be, or you're planning a live, or you're planning an event, sit your butt down and plan your event. You could check your messages later. You'll get to them people. They'll be there. Focus on you and get yourself right. Okay? Because this is your dreams. This is your life. This is what you want. Nobody could do it but you. Not me, not your mother, not your father, not your sister. Just you. And we have to start taking responsibility for our actions. Okay? And we can't keep blaming everybody else for why it's not working out. You got to start saying what's going on in me that I'm not allowing it to work out. What boundaries do I need to set so that it can work out? Okay? But that's on you. You got to be the person to do that. All right? So what you're going to do to make that happen is you're going to create a list, right? And your list should include each day, even if you choose to do 5 days out the week or 7 days a week, whatever you choose. But, do at least 5. Work on something each day to bring you closer. If you feel like you want to take Saturday and Sunday off, I mean, that's up to you, but a real go-getter don't have no days off, and I'm just going to keep it 100 on that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to create 3 to 5 things, right? A list that you're going to do every day, rather than making this long, crazy to-do list, because guess what? It's never going to get done. If you create this long to-do list, guys, I swear to you right now, I could probably show you notebooks of to-do stuff that's not done. Okay? So what I'm saying is, when I learned that, when I began to truncate things and do maybe 3 to 5 things a day, what I noticed, what I did was I actually did I wrote out 3 things a day, but I would push myself to do 5. So as long as I accomplished the 3, I felt good. If I did 5, I exceeded expectation, which makes me feel marvelous. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the key here, all right? So what you want to do, guys, you want to estimate how much time is it going to take you to accomplish each task. And if you have a timer, set the timer as to the time that you're going to complete it. Whether you say, okay, I'm going to take 2 hours and work on this, or I'm going to take 30 minutes and work on this, whatever it is, right? And just set the timer as so, because then you'll be able to track your time and to see, how can I be more efficient? How can I be more proficient? How can I be more effective? You get what I'm saying? How can I just all of the questions that you need to ask as to how, things that you can do to get past it and not sabotage yourself anymore, okay? So, number 5, I know it was something that I meant to tell you guys. If you have too many tasks that you need to accomplish, delegate. Hire somebody else to do what you can't do. It's not even what you can't do, but hire somebody else to do that. If you could take the weight off of yourself. Like, sometimes I create flyers and all of that stuff. A lot of you guys know I used to do a lot of PR work, and I created a lot of success for a lot of people, right? But now that I'm doing everything, like this whole speaking thing for me, and I'm not taking on other people's projects like that to where it distracts what I need to do for myself. And with the flyers, I have somebody else that does it now. So it frees my time up of spending 2 hours on perfecting a flyer, and that's 2 hours that I'm creating content to where I can help you better. You understand what I mean? So, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's no shame in asking somebody, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Which brings me to number 5. Get your butt an accountability partner. You can always hire me. I'll be happy to be your accountability partner and also set up things to help you, create like a structure, a strategic plan that will give you a step-by-step process to help you achieve your goals. Each week, you will have assignments that you need to have done. Yes, I'm going to be in your inbox. Yes, I'm going to be on your phone. Yes, I'm going to be like, where's your homework? Why? Because you need somebody that's going to push you, okay? At the end of the day, guys, it don't have to be lonely at the top. It don't have to be, all right? It's totally normal that as you become happier, as you become more successful, that some of your relationships are going to change, okay? Some of the people that you are around, you can't be around them anymore. And as you grow, you're going to need to surround yourself around fellow growers. Other people who are growing, other people who are, doing what they need to do to accomplish their dreams, okay? And the best way to do that is to be a part of a mastermind group, which is something that I have available. If you're interested in that, inbox me, we could talk about it. And I'll show you how to become a part of the mastermind, okay? But it doesn't even have to be my mastermind. It could be a mastermind that you start with your own group of friends. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you to get the job done. Okay, I'm always taken care of. Universe always supplies all of my needs, so I'm never worried about that. But what I am worried about is you not being able to focus or not having anybody strong enough to hold you accountable for what you say you want. You said you wanted. Okay, so I am a powerful accountability success coach in that area. Okay, it's all mindset. Once you get the mindset right, everything else begins to fall into place. Okay, so the best way to do that, again, guys, is to become a part of a mastermind group or create a mastermind group. What you want to do is you want meet at least once a month, at least once a month. You're going to share your goals, you're going to share your successes, you're going to share your challenges, so that I know what we do in my mastermind group is, we share what challenges that we face for that week, because there's also other powerful people that might be able to provide solutions as to where you feel stuck. Okay? And so this is definitely something that you can be a part of, all right? So when self-sabotage shows its ugly face, because it's coming, right? When you are a part of a mastermind group or you are surrounded by like-minded growers who are rocking with you, you always have somebody there to kind of like help you when you feel like you're falling down, right? Or to help you move through the process a little bit more smoother so you don't have to feel like you're alone. Okay, so and that's really just it, guys. You know what I'm saying? You just have to, be around people who support you, be around people who lift you up, be around people who can see the bigger vision for you, that wants you to become a part of some of the things that they're doing, because they see your vision and it lines up with, your vision lines up with their vision, and then maybe they have other people that also have the same vision. You all just come together, just like the Transformation Tag Team. It's just like Queen Mother Imaktu. She created this Transformation Tag Team. And she created this Transformation Tag Team based on individuals that she knew was down to ride or die to help you get it right. Okay, and that's why I'm a part of this. I'm a part of this because not only do I believe in the Transformation Tag Team, but more importantly, I believe in you. I believe in you, and because I believe in you, this is why I do it. Okay, and at the end of the day, guys, it's just time to stop holding yourself back, okay? It's time to stop holding yourself back. And it's time for you to start living the life that you came here to live. It's time for you to start exercising your dreams and stop making them dreams and create visions so that they could come to life, okay? It's time to break free from self-sabotage, all right? And you are going to be operating in your zone of genius in no time, all right? So you get to say hello, freedom. Hello, liberation. Hello, right? You get a chance to do that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to say to you before I tune out, guys, is I'm just going to tell you the steps again. So how do you conquer your self-sabotage? The first thing that you're going to do is you are going to pinpoint your patterns, okay? The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to get intimate with your fear. You're going to become friends with it so you can figure out, you know, what your triggers are. What are you afraid of? And why is it so scary for you to accomplish your dreams? Number 3 is you are going to recommit to your goals every day. Every day you're going to recommit to your goals. You're going to write them out. You're going to put them on the wall. You're going to put them, I don't care, put them on your steering wheel in your car. Whatever you want to do it. Okay, but just get it done. All right. And number 4, do less better. You get what I'm saying? You could do less, but you could do less better than you could try to extend all these different things that you want to do at one time. Break them down, guys, okay? At the end of the day, simplicity creates wealth. Keep it simple, okay? And number 5, get your butt an accountability partner, and I'd be more than happy to become your coach, all right? So with all love, I want to thank you guys again for being so amazing, for tuning in. We do this each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. It goes down. The Transformation Team, we are here to enlighten you. We are here to uplift you. We are here to empower you, and we are here to strangle you if you don't get it right. It's all good. So just know, guys, Takiyah Diamond loves you. You mean a lot to me, and I hope I mean just as much to you as you mean to me. Mine's up. Mine's up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. Make sure you guys visit the website at www.takiyyahdiamond.com. This is where you can join the groups. This is where you can actually schedule a 20-minute free discovery call just so that we can see where you are, so we can see what's been in your way, what is in your way, and to actually give you an opportunity to work with me so that we can create a strategic plan so that you can overcome these barriers, okay? Because it goes deeper. Let me just say that I'm not just an accountability coach, okay? I am a mindset coach, but what I do is I actually help you rewire your brain, okay? But what we do is we pull out those beliefs that have been keeping you stuck, and then we replace them with new beliefs and new stories so that you can stop telling yourself the old story, because what you think is what becomes, and it just becomes a boomerang, back around, cycle. So if you want to change the cycle, you got to change the direction, all right? And that's just the way it is. All right, guys, I love you once more, and again, mine's up. Have a blessed day. Deuces.